Anyway, roll.
You were hitting it before, weren't you?
Yeah.
It was hit before.
Hit.
It was hat.
It was hat.
It was hat. Is it past tense?
Hit it.
Hit it. I like that.
Hitted it.
Hit
it.
Right.
What's that slogan from that show you like? Pitter patter or something?
Let's get
Let's get at her.
Yeah.
Is that done already?
What?
The series?
Yeah.
Weren't
Kenny.
they making a movie or something like that?
Letter
Are
Kenny.
they making a movie?
I don't know.
Or is there a spin-off or something?
Yeah, Shorzy.
I still got to watch the new
you
season
watch that
of
one?
that.
It's fucking incredible.
Love that.
Shorzy is arguably better than Letter Kenny.
Really?
Like, I mean, you can't stop like the OG. The OG is Letter Kenny, but Shorzy is fucking hilarious. And they always had good-looking women on Letter Kenny, but on Shorzy, they like took it to another level.
They got good-looking native broads on that show right there.
They do. Yes.
That was
Yes.
that
You
was
mean
the correct term. Thank you very much.
You mean locals?
Natives, indigenous peoples.
Yes, indigenous peoples.
They started.
Indians or Eskimos?
Okay,
Yes.
that's
I actually don't know. Depends on where you are in Canada, I guess.
Am I smelling food? I feel like
Yeah,
I
it's
smell like
Chuck.
Yeah.
Chinese sausage right now.
yeah. Chuck and his
That
meal.
wasn't me.
Chuck and his meal prep. You already missed that conversation
Korean
about
barbecue.
our 40-hour work week.
Yeah, it was close.
Yeah.
Chinese sausage to Korean barbecue.
Yeah, that was close.
Kim Jong barbecue.
Barbecue pork. Korean barbecue pork.
Nice.
Chuck's gonna start doing meal prep for people to earn.
I was
more
just
money
gonna
soon.
say that if you want to buy some meal
Yeah,
preps.
he's doing anything. He doesn't sell his body,
I'm in.
his
Yeah,
butthole,
$10 a
whatever.
plate. You've had them. They're good.
Dude, they're good. Sign me up. I just don't have
What'd you make
time.
that one time at Paul's house? Was it your like homemade rice pilaf or something like that?
I cooked at Paul's house a few times, but yeah.
So good. So
I
good.
made chili verde over there one time.
Used every single
did
pan,
too.
every single pot in the kitchen. But man, it's delicious.
I cook, they clean.
Burn it
That's my
afterwards. It's
motto.
like Jesus Christ.
Pretty good deal.
Let's see if we
Home-cooked
could
meal.
start off with some questions. See if anybody asked any questions.
What episode are we on?
This is 31.
How do you say 31 in Spanish?
Shh, there you go.
I don't even.
Dang.
I'm gonna just lead off and say I do not know what that is in Mandarin, right? So
I wasn't even going to go there.
I just saw it in your
I
guys.
thought
felt
you
it.
spoke Laos or like
Laotian.
Laotian.
I can't even count that high. In
No?
yeah, probably like to 10.
Is Mandarin is an actual genuine question? Is Mandarin? So I know a bunch of kids in my high school learned Mandarin
Yeah.
as their secondary languages, like French, Spanish, and Mandarin. Because Mandarin,
Really?
yeah,
That's
because Mandarin was
odd.
like a kind of not all encompassing, but you could
That's
kind
really
of get
odd.
away with it in multiple countries. From what I heard.
well. So the characters. Let me see how I'm gonna.
Now you just
Frame
now he's
this.
just gotta now he's
Yeah,
gotta
let me
make
just see
shit
how I'm
up.
gonna frame this. Let me see how I'm gonna frame this, so I don't sound like a dipshit. So the characters go, I don't know, God knows how far back, right? But so some of the actual characters in Mandarin are used in like the Japanese language, as well as just, I guess, what's that word that I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Translate.
Kind of like putting all the Asians together here. man.
No. But it's just really strange
just
that
a
they
part of
would
their language.
they would make you, or that they would offer it in general. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it
That's
was
how
it
I'm
was
gonna-
yeah, it
that's how
was
I'm gonna
just
ask.
Mandarin. It wasn't like
Segue
you,
to that.
you couldn't learn Vietnamese, you couldn't learn Chinese. It was just Mandarin that was offered.
That's weird. Yeah.
Very
Is it
strange.
Mandarin Chinese?
I don't fucking know.
Mandarin is Chinese, and then there's different dialects. So
But
there's
is Chinese
Cantonese.
Mandarin?
Is Chinese? Yes, absolutely.
I don't agree.
Okay, moving on.
Depending on who you're asking.
I don't know why I don't agree. I just
Yeah.
chose not to.
So episode 31.
Yes, sir.
31.
First question we got here is best place, person, or channel to get info on AR build, like torque specs, function, California compliance, etc.
Well, we're great for California.
Yeah, I was going to say.
compliance.
Let's
Yeah.
I
see.
supply YouTube.
There's another YouTube that I suggested that all of our employees went to, and it was
Is it that cartoon drawings, the mechanics?
Yeah, that one was fucking rad.
It
It
shows
didn't
you.
have anything to do with torque specs and stuff like that, but like, I mean, you're not pressing your barrel extension in. Like, what other stuff? Like
Yeah,
a
so,
muzzle
like,
device torque spec?
To break the common misconceptions for ARs. The barrel nut, if memory serves, is 40 to 80 foot-pounds of torque. So that's a huge gap. And I give it as a, okay, it's about 45 pounds.
And it also has to
60
do with
pounds.
timing it for the. Cause
Yeah,
some barrels
depend-
gotta
yeah,
time for
Pounds
the-
or inch pounds?
Foot-pounds.
I'm only bringing that up
Yeah,
because of
I
my
know.
fucking mistake. So
See, I count
Yeah.
in feet, you count in inches. I get that.
I get it.
So, yeah, I mean, give it a good and a vice.
And then
here
your
is fine.
castle nut.
Castle nut, realistically,
It's
as long
tight.
as it's tight and you're not like cranking it too far to where your butt stock and your buffer tube is twisting, then
Yeah.
you're fine.
Is there like
there's
a
nothing too crazy on that?
so for like cars, there's like service Bentleys that you can buy, and they'll fucking tell you like everything about the car. Is there anything that you can buy like for
Like
an
service
AR?
manuals?
Yeah, like service manuals.
I'm sure some manufacturers have them. I believe most of them have like giant areas where it's just like maintenance or assembly,
Yeah.
disassembly.
Yeah.
Most parts, not most, a lot of parts, when you buy them, they'll have instruction manuals.
Yeah.
Like how to install them and
You
what-
should definitely read those, by the way.
Yeah, and they say
Nobody
what
ever does.
what-
I do. I read
how to
every
torque 'em or
instruction manual.
all that
It
kind
makes
of
life
stuff.
so much easier, dude.
Yep.
So much easier.
Yep.
I was just installing what's that new Trigicon, the Armor HD or something, where it has the weird screws
No,
on the
that's
side.
the RCR.
The RCR, yeah.
Is that the one I have? No, the RCR is the box one. Huh?
They're weird, right?
And the way you torque it down, they give you this like little piece of paper, and you put an Allen wrench in there, and you say, "Go till it stops," and then when it bends to this line, you're torqued down to where you need it.
Yeah.
Weird as
Was
fuck.
that cool?
Super interesting.
Or
It
was,
was
it?
at first I was like, it's hard for me to wrap my head around it. I was like, what? And then I had to watch a video, and it's like, that's really what you're doing, just bending the Allen key to see where it bends to, and then that's where you torque. That's
Yeah.
That's how far
It's
you need to torque
paper
it.
paper gauge.
Yeah.
That's
I was like,
cool.
That's weird.
Very neat.
But yeah, makes it simple.
Fancy.
It's kind of like how Surefire does their timing chart, like with their
Yeah.
muzzle devices.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing's a pain in the ass to read.
It's very confusing.
Until you learn how.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just for gas dissipation, right? If you want it angled this way, if you're
yeah.
right-handed
So
shooter,
and then
this is a
it's-
left-handed shooter.
They have their shim
Yeah.
shim gauge, right? So it's
Yep.
like if it's over here, add one yellow and one blue,
Yeah.
or it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay.
I have not done that in years, but I do remember it. Yes, I do
Super
remember that.
annoying.
Yeah.
I used to just like throw 5 on there. Nope, that doesn't work. Then you go, nope.
See,
Like,
now-
That's what most people would do.
I just
with
crush
muzzle
washer
device.
all of them and call it a day.
I mean,
It's true.
Because it's
Yeah.
the same shit.
It is. It is. Yeah.
Pricing and inventory for ammo and firearms, has it stabilized or do you foresee an uptick?
Good question for Justin.
Well, as of the events of this week with the port strike on the East Coast, I was just reading that the port strike on the East Coast is actually affecting more export than it is import.
so it's not on our side, right?
It's not on the West
It
Coast.
was like
West,
Maine to Texas or something
so
like that.
West
right?
Coast and East Coast longshoremen have split, right? So the ILA, like basically there is split, and so the East Coast is the one that's on strike now from like Texas all the way up the eastern border.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of even stuff from the West Coast will go there before it goes across the pond, or it goes anywhere else. So I guess it's exports that it's going to affect a lot, not so much imports, which either way it's still a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Ammo, we've seen some weird spikes, like 7.62 by 39. We've seen spike recently. I don't know why. It's when
Is that
people
only
are
because we
buying lots
can't
of
get
rounds.
steel case, or is that because it's just expensive in general now?
Expensive in general. Even the steel case shit is expensive, like stupid expensive.
Well, it's because we did the ban on that Russian shit, right? To where now it's just like the whatever you can find in fucking tuna cans.
Versus, like on the surplus stuff. Yeah, probably. Other than that, the ammo's kind of stabilized. I did just buy some guns today, and the prices did go up. Everything is just inherently creeping up and creeping up.
I think-
don't know why.
I could see like distributors or companies using like the port thing possibly as like, as an excuse to like jack up their prices, like, and blame it on the ports.
For sure,
I'm
but
sure
like
people use any excuse to jack up their
yeah,
prices.
but I don't really see that. Like if a distributor raises their prices and it's like it just doesn't make sense to me, I'm just going to go to another fucking distributor.
Yeah.
Like they're risking a lot of business. I mean, we buy multiple millions dollars of purchasing per year of product, and like they're risking a huge.
Do you think it's because the
moving over.
manufacturers are like like
So,
it just
so if they have a
trickle
lot
from
of
the top?
imported parts, I think that's where
Yeah.
prices have raised up. If they're all made in the U.S., even though maybe some of the steel and stuff like that is coming imported, like I think the prices have stabilized a little. I think the ITAR stuff has affected your international trade stuff with guns has affected some of the prices too. But I haven't seen any like huge jumps. I haven't seen anything crazy. Now with this whole Iran thing, I was thinking about it last night too with the whole Iran thing attacking Israel. I'm like, man, so this has been going on for like a billion years, we'll call it, right? So since the beginning of time, this war over
Never-ending
there,
war.
it's never ending, right? But now social media, we're paying attention because Ukraine and Russia are still fighting, like, and so like these 130 missiles or 400 missiles or 230 missiles, like, is that shit just normal? I would love to have people comment, like, is this just normal and we're just noticing it now and going, oh my God, it could be World War III?
Yeah.
Or is it, or this is actually a big deal? You know, because they've been lobbing
The
shit at each
perception
other for
of
the
it.
last fucking 500 years.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, exactly. So it's like they're always Since they were throwing spears, they were throwing
Yeah.
fucking spears at each other.
Give it
Now
all
they're just
back to the Catholic
tossing
Church and
muscles.
call it a day.
Okay, that would be a terrible.
Build a Vatican 2.0. I want a second pope, and he better be dark.
What about
Super
the
Pope.
Popemobile?
What if you just got rid of religion altogether? Wouldn't that cure a lot of things?
I don't know. I think.
Then what would people
I think-
fight over if
I
it didn't
think
have
for
to do with
sure-
fucking
I
religion?
think God's the only thing that keeps us straight and narrow. You know what I
Oh
mean?
my God, you're so stupid. Stop talking. He's just pushing my buttons.
People are still gonna fight over power. It's always
Yeah.
about power.
Oh, speaking of
Yeah,
cool,
they could, but they're not doing it in the name of some god.
but they're gonna do it now. They're gonna do it in Raul's name or some shit. You know?
Yeah.
Even worse.
They'll figure something out.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's actually very interesting. If you eliminated religion, which has killed more people than every disease ever, in every war ever, religion as a basis for war has killed more people, millions and millions and millions of people. Like if you took that
Unless
off
you're
the plate,
Buddhist.
huh?
Unless you're Buddhist.
I guess.
It's got a point. It's got a point.
I mean, there's a little over 2,000 religions, so which one's right?
Yeah.
But we'll just kill these other people because
Yeah, fuck
mine's
it.
right.
But like Chris said, or they'll find something else to fight about.
Exactly. It'll be something.
Yeah.
Maybe, but you don't know.
My shoes are cooler than your shoes. You know.
Yeah. What is the state of the gun industry considering it's an election year?
Awesome. It's fantastic. Everyone wants to buy shit because they don't know if Kamala's gonna fuck their shit up.
True.
Other than that, I don't think it's
It's a
got.
cycle, though, right? It happens every election year.
Yeah.
Depending on who is anticipated to win.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
So-
Trump is the most anticipated. I think.
That's why we haven't seen a huge
yeah.
influx in
Yeah.
gun sales.
When Biden won, fuck.
Yeah, or even before he won.
Yeah.
Like if something flips and Kamala is set to win, we're gonna see a huge influx.
Dude,
Like,
do you remember,
come buy
like,
your
when-
guns before that happens?
When Biden first got elected, every time he was on TV, our fucking online sales were like
It was crazy.
through the
remember
roof.
that.
It was crazy.
It was like,
Well, he'd walk
what?
up and have a dementia moment, and be like, and then all of a sudden,
guns.
Yeah. Dude, like that was wild. We come in the next day, and we're like,
hell yeah,
Put them on
Yeah, it's
TV
crazy.
again.
It's crazy.
do it again.
what do y'all do for therapy and downtime?
Justin,
I like to cook.
Let's start with Justin.
Likes to cook his own meals.
Yeah.
Likes to cook his own meals.
So his new therapy is cooking.
I
Always
guess
been my therapy.
he's trying to save money.
Yeah, just JB, let's start with you.
Why me?
He's cuz.
Oh, I went first. Now let's go to you.
What do I do in my downtime?
It says, what do y'all do for therapy and downtime?
I'm weird. So like, I really, for me to disconnect from everything, I sit on the couch and I get like engulfed in shows. I like long series of shows. So the Game of Thrones, the Letterkenny's, anything that has like series that I can fully delve myself into. Like there's this one on Apple TV called Slow Horses. It's really good. Like I like to lose myself in that. Then I'm not thinking about training my dog. I'm not thinking about the business typically. Although most of the time my computer's sitting in front of me, so I end up working anyway. But like, that's what I like to do. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't sit still. I want to get busy. Like for me to unwind, I lay the thing back, the recliner back on the couch, and I just fucking watch TV. Like do a TV show.
Samuel.
I do a lot of random shit. It depends on the night, because like I get off at 8 most nights, so I'll get home, shower, and then if I have energy, I'll like fuck with guns, or I'll do like a rabbit hole Google search and just start looking at random shit that I feel like researching and finding and seeing old guns that I can buy, or like old guns that I can research and see what I can find. And if not that, I'll throw a video on the back. I've been reading Jocko's book, The Dichotomy of Leadership, recently, just trying to like at least get 30 minutes in a day if I can, if my brain can handle it. Other than that, not really much. A lot of it's eating and making sure I don't, murder my neighbors.
I do like to eat as well.
Yeah.
I like to cook. I like to eat.
Yeah.
Watching TV is cool.
Yeah.
I like to, like Justin said, sit there and just watch a show. So that's all you're thinking about. Just disconnect for 45 minutes, and then it's back to reality.
We've been watching Sons recently. We've been trying to get
Sons
through
of
Sons of
Anarchy?
Anarchy. Yeah.
That's an old one.
I've watched it twice.
Yeah, we're about to finish season 5, so we got to get 2 more seasons done.
That's a big commitment.
Peaky
dude.
Blinders started filming for the movie. Oh,
Dude, fucking, what's his face? The guy that plays Thomas
Cillian
Shelby.
Murphy. Fucking badass. I can't wait.
Can't understand him.
You don't have to.
What?
I tried watching the show way back in the day, and I had to have subtitles on.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I sometimes wish Caitlin had subtitles. Sorry, bud. I love you. Sorry. That was an out loud thought, by the way. I love you, by the way. Sorry.
Do not. I can't set you up for that one. You like the accent though,
Oh,
right?
I love her accent, but like sometimes I can't.
Depends on the moment and mood.
Yeah, I can't. Sometimes
The accent is
If she's
just
like yelling at you, is the accent get
I,
worse?
I feel like I say yes a lot by default to her because I can't understand some of the things that she says. Yeah, for context, she's from my wife's from New Zealand. Has a little bit of a London twang because she lived in London for a little bit. But yeah, I can't understand her. I love her to death. But I can't understand her.
Well, Kiwis are like the Australians. They all can't. I mean, they all utter
They
nonsense.
sound whiny. They sound whiny.
Yeah,
Their
they're weird.
accent is just like I know women like Australian or New Zealand accenting dudes, but I think it's totally fair because I think the women with those accents I think it's super hot. Not Caitlin. I'm not talking about your
I know,
wife,
I know.
but I mean not that she's not. Whatever. I'm gonna
get
leave
it,
this
I get
alone. But the accents are hot,
yeah. Yeah.
If you can understand them.
If you can understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
even if you can't.
I think chicks with the English accent. Oh,
You mean like UK?
yeah. No, thank you. I can't do
It's
it.
because you're just concentrating on how bad their teeth are.
That too. It's just a combination of like, what? Speak fucking English, and second of all, fucking go. Toothpaste, Crest.
That's
I got some in the
hilarious.
truck. Go use it.
That's hilarious.
You
Yeah.
carry toothpaste in your truck?
I do, just in case.
Just kidding.
For what?
I don't know. Just take my finger, dab a little bit on there.
Casey's got to
Easy.
kiss somebody.
Yeah, in case I need to.
Okay. Anyway,
What's your
my downtime? I think cooking. I like to make fun of my dog a lot. I like spending
he
time
does
with
do
her.
that. He sends me pictures all the time. Look at this dumb dog. Why is it so dumb?
And I mean it like in a
Stop
good
picking on
way,
it. I
in a
know.
good way, in a derpy way.
in a French bulldog way.
Yeah, in a French bulldog way. Adopted, by the way, not pretentious.
Yeah.
Can't afford one of those.
Right.
Right. Cooking. I like working on my car when I have a chance to. Huge Honda guy, or import guy. But yeah, I've got some other random hobbies.
God
But
forbid you buy American.
actually, I have an American car.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tesla.
Mazda.
He said that. He said that
Tesla.
Tesla, not Tesla. Tesla.
The Tesla.
Don't get me fucking don't fucking get me started on Teslas, dude, and the people that drive them and how they
Dude, we're
drive
bad.
them and
But
everything.
have you driven with me in my car?
No.
It's horrifying.
Your car has driven you everywhere.
Tesla drivers are the skiers of the road.
That is a great analogy, by the way. And honestly, I think they've taken the place of Prius drivers, which still
Don't you have a
fucking
Prius as well?
No, I used to, and I used to drive the shit out of that fucking car too. Believe it or not. But no, I think Prius drivers. I think Kia. Sorry, no offense, Hyundai, Kia drivers are really up there bad.
Did you hear the EVs are exploding in North Carolina and shit because the salt water's getting on
Salt
the
water.
batteries?
Yep.
No.
Really?
They're catching on fire in garages.
Well, I saw
Yeah.
the Tesla from the flooding of that.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean, I
they're-
think that would even happen with hybrids like mine.
Yeah, there was a huge notice there, like saying, like, hey, get your electronic vehicles out of the area because if it floods, your car's gonna catch on fire, or blow up, most likely.
Crazy.
I never
Because the
even
minute
thought
you
about
get
that,
saltwater
but-
corrosion on it, you're
Yeah.
fucked.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they're not waterproof. No.
No. The car, okay,
Yeah.
is indestructible.
No,
but God
it's-
forbid you get it wet with a little salt
God
water.
forbid it rains.
Fucking took the car apart the other day to like vacuum, and I ripped the seats. I was like, oh shit, they're the batteries. Like thought they were like encased and whatnot
Underneath
but
your ass, right?
Yeah, they're like literally like you're sitting on them. If
It's like the whole platform.
You should sell it
You should.
and get a real car.
yeah.
Like a Ford F-150, baby.
I was looking at
Don't
trucks.
do that.
I was looking at trucks, and I do.
You strike me as a Tacoma guy.
Nah, the truck that I would hard pass.
Not to stereotype. The new Tacomas are pretty nice.
No,
they're
but,
not
but he's
bad.
thinking like the single cab of the 80s
Yeah, exactly. Like
where they used to put all the fruit in the back.
You should get like a
None of
Hilux,
those.
dude.
None of those are bad, but
you strike me definitely as like
Brand new,
I
believe it or
1993.
the truck that I would love to get is your model, but step side, possibly Lightning or non-Lightning, but single cab step side. I don't know. I just love them.
You like,
Who
but
does?
you,
Fuck love step side.
but you wouldn't you wouldn't be towing anything
Just
with
a-
it, right?
That's
Like,
total
my car.
beaner.
My
'Cause,
car.
like,
To the
well,
track.
then don't get a Lightning because Lightning's
Oh,
the Lightning's fucking
yeah,
tow rate is like
yeah.
1,500
Yeah,
pounds.
the diff is bad.
You couldn't
Yeah.
even pull me in that
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah. But
God.
I don't know. That's just what I want.
No,
We're gonna get
the
trucks.
Lightnings were cool. I mean, they're definitely a neat truck. They're fast as well. Not now, but
Not
they
anymore.
were fast.
Yeah.
I
Now
mean,
they're-
for a
now
truck.
they're electronic.
Yeah, yeah.
Now they
Really?
fucking just
Yeah, they have the
trashed
new
on
the
their-
new Lightning. Yeah,
They
their,
got-
their whole heritage is
It used to be supercharged. Like,
yeah.
they
Now
would
it's
run
just
nice.
it's a lesbian's truck. or whatever, whoever drives them.
I was fucking thinking it. I'm glad you said it, but
Is that the thing? Is it taking over for the Subaru? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get an electronic truck that works. Yeah,
What are those electronic trucks? The Riviera or something like that?
the Rivians.
Rivians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid fucking
It's so
lights.
interesting. I was just watching a video on like the maintenance of those trucks where some dude he cracked one of his windows and the entire side panel had to come off and be replaced.
Really? And
Which
the
was
Rivian?
like $4,000. Yeah, I think it's all
They
one
have.
unit.
They come with factory. They're bagged from factory. They go up and down like 5 inches.
Hell yeah, just what I wanted
Setting.
in my truck.
This episode is brought to you by Coffee Whipped. Guys, Coffee Whipped is a supporter of the podcast and our shop. It keeps us fueled all day long, especially my guys, and you know how busy we get. But their Dalgona coffee is amazing, and if you really want some extra boost, their Viet coffee will get you going. We love their breakfast sandwiches. We eat them here almost every day in the shop, right here locally in Huntington Beach, California. They support our podcast, and we love it. Make sure you guys visit at @coffeewhipped_. That's at @coffeewhipped_, or hit the link in the description below.
Setting.
The
Wait,
front
I'm gonna get a lifted truck. I'm gonna get any level on it for one. Like, and you are gonna hate me. Any level's like a hydraulic setup, so it's basically like bags for lifted trucks, but you get like 6 to 12 inches worth of travel, I believe.
Yeah.
But it's a hydraulic setup.
My
so
buddy's got it on
it's
his
quick.
dually.
It's
He likes
fucking
it.
Put
rad.
some hydraulics on there.
Any level is pretty cool. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that squatted out like it was in the south.
God.
So, Recchi, what do you do? What's your therapy
Yeah.
in downtime?
I don't do anything. I just fucking work and kids, sports, and fucking work.
We work on your truck sometimes whenever it breaks down every day.
Yeah. True.
Whenever it breaks down every day.
Yeah. Other than that, no.
Your kids, your
It doesn't
therapy.
work 90% of the time, every time.
Every time.
No, just gym in the morning now is literally like my shit.
And eating meat.
Gym is my
therapy.
Speaking
Endless
of eating
amount of
meat,
meat.
I heard someone on the at the table's going carnivore.
Oh no, who is it? Dun, dun, dun.
Friday's my first day of trying it. See
not
how it
me.
goes.
It works.
Let's see how it goes.
It works.
Hell yeah, bro.
Hey, I like doing a little case study, okay? I'll put my money where my mouth is, or my meat where my mouth is. One of the two.
You got all your blood work done now?
Not yet. I should
Well, do
probably-
that before you start.
Well,
Genius.
see, I like. Okay, I'm a huge fan of the fuck it theory. Okay, if it doesn't work and I don't have enough carbs to live, I'll just die.
But
what
what-
doesn't work?
But what's
What
your
would you know
but what's your
not
goal from
working?
it though? What's your goal from it? though?
Losing weight, feeling a little less fat.
I remember when you
fat
you wanted to
sack of
put
shit.
on weight because you lifted heavy shit.
Yeah, right now I'm not lifting heavy shit. So
You just lose all the weight. Just go back to being skinny.
yeah, sad little miniature bastard. Love it. Just be fucking.
Well, it's funny. I the other day I
Average.
just asked Sam. I was like, "When was the last time you went to the gym?" He was like, "I was just fucking talking about that. I haven't gone in fucking forever." Like,
When is the last time you went to the gym?
Couple months, yeah.
Isn't the what's the carnivore diet based off of? Neanderthals or
Yeah, it's just basically like what you would have eaten. Why is Darius calling me?
Hi, Darius.
Yeah. Hello,
Sammy.
Darius.
Sammy was calling me earlier.
It's basically based off of from the bare minimum research I did. Bear with me. What your brain and your body would have run off if you weren't consuming wheats, glutens, and that kinds of things.
So I
like
have-
you would have naturally run off of fats and proteins.
So I have a
because it's all
question.
you had. Yes.
What was the life expectancy then?
I don't know, probably like mid 40s, but that's the whole point. Like if I can get clocked out at mid 40s, sign my ass right the
I'm
fuck
mid
up.
40. I'm mid 40. So the life expectancy was like 40 years because the nutrition was basically shit.
Well,
Right? Because you didn't have very much food to eat. So let's go back to doing that.
I don't
no,
know.
they allegedly lived to
Going
like
back to what we were
110.
talking to today, don't you think that would be better than all the shit we're eating now that's in our food?
That's
is that
different. That's a different
hygiene's
subject.
also another point?
Yeah,
That's
bear-
a different
yeah, bear
subject.
with
He's
it.
not
Yeah.
getting fresh game. He's not getting wild game that is just eating normal grass.
But you gotta-
right? That's
But you don't
totally
think it's
different
better?
conversation.
But we're
different
having,
conversation.
we're having a conversation. Like life expectancy was not just a factor of food. Life expectancy was like for Neanderthals, you were also prey to most
I
animals,
get it.
right?
I
Like,
understand that part. We're talking about health.
I know.
But life
you're talking
expectancy-
life expectancy is a huge thing of multiple types of facets,
is.
right?
It-
so
it
like
is.
Yeah.
the actual food portion of it, maybe I don't know. I couldn't really tell you. Like, is it just the food that made them die young, or is it the fact that they were also food for other animals? Is it the fact that there was no hygiene?
That's
is
an
it?
obvious one.
Well,
Yeah,
then,
the other thing I read
there
was
you
like,
go.
yeah, a lot of people died so early because our medicine way back then was like nobody knew shit, and they were like, oh, here, fentanyl, and like everybody's fucking dying.
No. We're talking Neanderthals. So this is people. This is hunter-gatherer times, right? If it's based on that, we're not talking about the 1900s.
But
when
yeah,
they were
like
giving
a
them the
common
wrong
cold would
medicine.
fucking kill Tachunga in the fucking.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, all those indigenous tribes,
His name
like
is
they're
perfect,
still
too.
eating
But-
purely meat.
But
Yeah.
just also think about all the fucking gnarly diseases that weren't discovered then, and people were just walking around.
I
giving
mean,
a better
when
to
people
everybody
had first
AIDS.
had the ability to start farming,
Yeah.
what did they do? They farmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that
Is
was
that a trick question?
that was. I don't
So
I don't think
they
that was
didn't
that-
just
yeah.
continue to eat red meat because they
think
could have
that-
said
yeah.
"fuck farming."
But that was also it wasn't just because they had discovered farming. It was because their population had grown so much that hunting can no longer sustain the amount of people that
You're
they had,
absolutely
right?
correct.
So like at a certain point you have to farm.
You're correct.
And
right,
farming
but if-
also to make money, right?
I mean,
Oh, I would think
when they
true trade,
first got it,
probably,
yeah,
trade
maybe,
and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
But it was less of a. I think it was less
They
of
still
the.
ate
Oh,
it, though.
yeah. I think it was less of the. Oh, we can farm, so fuck the meat. It's better for farming. It's more of like a. Well, we can't find meat all the fucking time, and we have too many people, so let's eat some bread.
True.
Yeah, I was just
Well, I mean,
listening
Bread
to
would be different than farming.
Whatever.
I mean, you have to grow flour. Yes,
Yeah,
I get that.
they grow wheat.
Whatever.
I grew some bread.
Look at this. Check out all this bread. I
Sourdough.
grew.
Literally, Joe Rogan this morning, he has a doctor on there that owns like the wellness company, and he said in the 1950s, the FDA approved 750. It was like
Ingredients.
ingredients you can put in your food, right?
700.
Yeah, 700, 750. Now, the FDA has approved in the United States 10,000. In the UK, it's still 700.
In Canada.
Me and JB just had this conversation earlier.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I
Wild.
listened to that a couple days ago.
Yeah, it's crazy. Right?
Wild, fucking wild. And he's like, all these companies,
That's
like
why our food
the
tastes so good.
Well,
like the cereal
Super
companies, are literally like making two products, one for Canada and one for us.
So I was listening to the radio. I don't know if it was yesterday or this morning, but I heard they just banned Fruit Loops and Flaming Hot Cheetos in California schools because of all the shit that's in them.
Newsom did something good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
One fucking thing.
It might be
Yeah.
more
Piece
fruit
of
than
shit.
that, but that's
One
all
thing
they said
is
on the
life.
radio was
Did you
Fruit
guys
Loops
did you
and
guys
Flaming
read
Hot
about
Cheetos.
him allowing no voter ID or allowing the bill to pass for voter ID?
So you don't have to have an ID to vote.
Yeah, I heard.
Super cool,
I
man.
was hearing a little bit of whispers about that one.
This episode is brought to you by Strike Industries, a longtime friend and supporter of Rap Supply. Guys, Strike Industries has been making high quality and affordable parts and accessories for all your firearm needs since 2010. Whether it's for your AR, AK, Glocks, SIGs, CZs, Strike's got your back. They've recently been making a name for themselves with their innovative products like the cable management system, which even got picked up by the U.S. Army. There's also fun stuff like AirTag holders so you don't lose your guns while traveling. Recently, we've seen a lot of chassis action coming from Strike, like their SMC Bravo, which is for the P320 FCU. Visit strikeindustries.com or hit the link in the description below.
Not stoked.
Why
Why
would
hasn't
they do
anybody
that?
kicked his teeth in yet? I fucking hate that
Because
guy.
he's surrounded by guards with SMGs, so therefore no one can walk up to him and kick his teeth in. But God forbid I own anything that's quieter than a 22.
Yeah.
Fucking degenerate cocksucker. Jesus.
He really is a piece of
He's a
shit.
piece of shit.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah, just a silver spoon cuck. That's all he is.
Back to the carnivore diet.
Yeah, back to
I'm
that.
just
by the
kidding.
way.
So we're gonna
Much
test it
more
out.
important
I'm gonna test it out and see if I like it. If it works well for me, then great. I'll probably stick to it. If it doesn't work well for me, I'll try to find something different.
me know how it
Best
works.
fits my-
How
But
different
what
is
is
it from-
working well?
I like to eat
Just
steak.
based on your weight?
No, based on weight, fatigue, kind of how my musculature is. If I get the proper amount of protein in, I feel good. I can lift good, and I can also like live well. Then I'll be happy. If I start to feel too fatigued over long periods of time, then I know something's wrong. So I got to start
You're gonna
adding
get cranky.
adding supplemental things in.
How different is it from paleo?
Similar-esque. I think there's less like the less gatherer portion of the actual diet and more
Yeah.
of the hunter portion.
I can just say that paleo worked for me. I mean, everyone's body is different. I think higher fats for me helped me lose weight.
You strike me as a Jenny Craig guy.
No, far from it.
How many points was that?
Far from it. Far
The
from
carnivore diet is red meat
Yes.
or high fat meat.
It's
Yeah,
high fat and I
fat.
think red meat.
Right.
You
Yeah,
can't eat fish or anything?
You could. Yeah.
It's just,
Salmon's
it's just
pretty high in
protein
fat.
based. You can eat me.
Pork, I like pork's my favorite. Pork's pretty
I'm not
fatty.
a pork guy.
What?
Yeah, I just never had
Really?
them.
Oh,
Yeah,
man, I
like
like
pork chops, not my thing. I will not eat them.
What?
Well, when I was growing up, it was you had chicken or pork chops. Those are your two options for dinner. And my stomach could make.
Same. We were poor. It was pork chops and hamburger helper.
Yeah, it was chicken, some kind of rice-a-roni, and then maybe like sliced bread with butter, and that was your dinner.
Yeah.
Or it was pork chops with applesauce.
So, question: when you're doing the carnivore diet,
Yes.
are you going to do supplements?
Yeah, just for like kidney health, liver health, certain like just like kind of some of my main organs.
Antioxidants, anything like that?
Probably, I gotta hop on a probiotic from Canada, antioxidants. I gotta do a little bit of research on the actual. I have today.
Do you
tomorrow,
see what my issue with this is?
You have issues with everything that's ever existed, so it's
Do you
okay.
see what my issue with this
Touche.
is?
Don't you worry.
What is it though?
Cool.
I wanna
Take more
know.
supplements.
Yeah, but the supplement. Are you critiquing him on his supplement taking or not taking?
Well, the fact that you have to.
Yeah, more the fact that you have to.
No,
I mean,
so
in
what I've
general,
read
you
is
should,
a lot of the carnivore people like get away from supplements.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
I'm
so
gonna-
I don't take.
I'm gonna wean, because I'm not gonna go fucking full cold turkey. I want to wean so my body doesn't go like, oh, you're in shock now. Have a great day. I want to make sure I'm weaning my body off of all the things that it's getting in certain areas, to where it's gonna start pulling from the correct areas on the carnivore diet.
Out
But
of just cows.
Sure,
But
Just-
it makes-
just cows and other meats.
But it makes
So
sense.
what other meats do you eat? You eat chicken?
You
stuff
can eat
like
chicken.
that?
You can eat fish.
What
you can
about
eat,
bacon?
Hell yeah.
You can eat bacon because it's good. It's high in
used to
fats, good
love
in
bacon.
protein. Like it's like you can eat.
It's high, in,
just
high in
anything-
salt, high in cholesterol.
Yeah,
pork
like
belly.
yeah, that's like I
Like
wouldn't suggest a whole lot of bacon. Like I used to do like 8 or 9 pieces of bacon in the
love
morning, and I was like, oh god, I feel so fucking fat.
It tastes so good, though.
It's so good,
But
but
it's so
man,
Some pork belly. Dude.
I've been doing pork cheek recently. Pork cheek's pretty good.
Some pork jowl.
Is
Yeah,
that what's
pork
that in
jowl bacon.
Spanish? What's pork chicken in
I
Spanish?
thought you just said you don't like pork.
I like bacon. Bacon's bacon. Bacon.
He doesn't
Everyone
like
likes
pork
fucking
chops.
Bacon.
He doesn't like pork chops.
Pork chops are not
Yeah,
my
that,
thing.
that cut is not the.
I don't like fat back either. I'm not a big fat back guy.
What's buche?
It's like the worst part of bacon.
Buche,
pretty much.
that's I don't know.
I thought that was beef.
I think
wasn't
it's
it?
beef, isn't
yeah.
it?
What part of the? What part is it though? Isn't it like the?
I want to say like.
Hey, Kevin.
I want to say
it's
cheek.
I think it's the taint.
What
How
is
do I
it?
spell
B-U-C-H-E?
Yeah.
Bucci.
Sounds like
It's delicious. That's what it is. I think it's pork
Tacos
stomach.
de Bucci. Pork stomach.
Pork stomach. Yeah.
Oh, pork
see?
stomach.
Yeah.
Oh,
type of
I like-
offal or
it's fucking
organ meat?
delicious. That's my go-to. You like fucking? What do you like?
He
I
likes
like
brisket.
Brisket. Fucking buche is the shit, dude.
Dude, I've been loving some pulled pork sandwiches.
Pulled pork. Yeah.
See, I just can't do pork chops. The only thing I can't do. I don't know why.
Yeah, I like a good fat, like double cut pork chop, nice and fatty.
I
yeah,
can't do it.
See, for lunch, I just ate 1 pound of fucking tri-tip.
dude.
So good.
Their barbecue's pretty good over there, right?
It was
Yeah.
fucking
Santa Maria
tasty.
makes good stuff.
Yeah, I've never been there. I was like, yeah.
It sucks because those barbecue places are always so expensive.
They
It's
are.
like
How much
20
was that pound of meat?
Dude, so the 1 pound was $36, right?
This fucking
She was-
guy, dude.
she was
What are you
like-
fucking paying this guy?
You know the little
Fucking
the little
36
condiments. She was like, normally we don't, give condiments or barbecue, but I'm gonna throw one in there for you. I'm like, bitch, I just paid $36. Are you fucking kidding me? Give me the bottle.
I was bummed because that Dickie's next to your house, where it used to be.
That's old
I
school
was
right
so
there.
bummed when it fucking closed. It's
I'm
like,
not a big barbecue guy.
really, not at all.
I mean, I'll eat ribs and stuff like that.
But you
and some
like a lot of
tri-tip
like
and some
fish and shit
brisket.
though, right?
Yeah, I mean, sushi would be my jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, sushi's me too.
Yeah, just like some raw fish.
Yeah.
Like chidori is the shit, man.
Typically at night I just do like I have like chicken and apple sausage.
Whatever happened? Sorry, I didn't
You're
mean.
good.
Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
Did
Hold
you
on,
say
he said
chicken and
applesauce. Yeah,
applesauce?
Wait a minute.
So good.
That's
dude.
so good.
Very good. They have chicken and apple sausage and then like mango habanero.
Oh, chicken and apple sausage. I thought you said
Oh.
sauce.
Yeah,
I
I was
know.
like, dude, I don't
I
really
was like, you just
apples
mix
that
it or
much.
what?
Yes, chickens and applesauce.
I was like,
That's some
wait a minute.
the whole chicken.
That's some felony flat shit right
Yeah.
there, dude.
That sounds like
JB,
what my
remember when you
3-year-old
watched
eats.
that documentary on Netflix? You're like, I'm never eating sushi
Yeah,
again.
it's not. It's not.
Which one?
Pandora's Promise.
I can't
Oh
remember.
no, I think that's what it was.
Oh, there was a
Pandora's Promise,
moment.
maybe.
It wasn't that long ago, like 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I'm
Pandora's
never eating
Promise.
fish again.
I mean,
Yeah.
it
gonna
was
kill the
it's
world.
gnarly.
Yeah.
It's a really like hard hitting documentary.
The
wanna
way they
get- you wanna
explain
give us
it
a
is,
rundown?
yeah.
It's true. It's just about like how the overfishing is like
Destroying the world.
the ecosystem, the effect that it has on everything, and all the shit that they say as far as like
Was it black?
non-poaching?
Wasn't blackfish, right?
Huh?
Wasn't blackfish?
No, it wasn't. No,
That's
I
the
thi-
orcas, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's the
orca
called-
one.
It's not Pandora's Promise. I believe Pandora's Promise is about the nuclear stuff.
Where's my
You'll be
Google
able to
machine?
find it. Fuck. Just like
Netflix series about overfishing.
documentary about
Or documentary.
fishing.
Yeah. Jiro dreamed of sushi.
Not sushi.
It's not that
sushi
one.
documentary.
That was a great documentary though. If
Dreams of sushi.
no,
It-
documentary about overfishing. Netflix.
Overfishing. Yeah.
Have you ever used Google before?
It's like
every-
Stacy with Google.
Fish industry documentary. Why are you not Googling the things I'm telling you to
Seaspiracy.
Google?
That was it.
Hey, look,
Seaspiracy.
the first thing I googled, that's what it was. Wow.
Oh, the second time. The second time. Not the
Second
first
thing I
time. The
Googled.
second
Excuse
time.
me.
The first thing on the second time. Yeah, Seaspiracy. It
But
was
it is
really
it is
good.
very interesting because I watched it after you, and a lot of the stuff that makes sense.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it breaks it down to like just doing this, how it affects like
Yep.
you wouldn't even
Everything.
think about. You're like, oh,
Like the
okay.
massive overfishing of the oceans, that's really a thing that's like super detrimental. And I like animals, like all animals. So it's just like how many of these animals are dying,
Yeah.
like for no reason because of the overfishing and because of
Yeah.
the commercial greed and stuff like that.
For
Like,
sure.
I get it. I mean, but I like money, so I mean, I get the greed part. I don't know. It's weighing all that stuff.
I think
out.
there's definitely there. I don't know. I think it's more of it should be. God, I hate to fucking say this, but it should be more monitored than it is because I think like if you overfish something and you're getting close to like, hey, this particular species is getting real close.
Totally.
Okay, you are no longer allowed to fish this for the
Totally.
next 20 fucking years.
But people all around the world, they don't care about that. That's like a first world problem.
care
yeah,
about
for sure.
money.
Yeah, well, also too, like if you
It's a
look at
first
like the
world
third
problem.
world countries where they're like, I don't give a fuck about what PETA says. I'm gonna do what I want so I can feed my village.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
I don't
Like,
care if it's endangered or
Yeah,
not.
doesn't
Which
matter.
I,
They're
I
not doing
understand
enough
that
fishing.
part.
It's going to affect it.
They're like, I'm
True.
endangered, so
Yeah.
these fish don't give. I don't give a shit about these fish.
It's true. Yeah, no, it's true.
Like you guys overfished it. Now you're putting your rules on me. Like,
Yeah,
man,
for
I'm
sure.
hungry now, dude.
Or it's like
Starving.
I was
Sushi?
thinking recently about those like the third world countries where they like just pollute the shit out of the ocean because where the fuck else are they gonna put it?
don't fucking look at me, man. I'm not from India.
No, but none of like the Philippines, they just like kind of like certain like lower income areas of the Philippines, they do the same shit where
Yeah.
it's just like, yeah, the trash goes in the river. You
Yeah,
know, like
it's
trash goes in
it's
the ocean.
Bizarre. That's really bizarre.
I mean, it makes sense because like they're not going to dedicate funds when they can't dedicate funds to their people, let alone trash services.
yeah. Or you see them fucking creating a fire in their backyard, fucking burning that shit.
They do that here still. like
that's
my old
bizarre.
man in Missouri, he'll burn his trash
Oh,
rather than taking it to the dump. He's like, yeah, I just have a big trash pile. I just burn all the plastics and
Just-
shit. I'm
just
like, isn't that bad for the ozone? He's like,
familiar
I
with
don't care.
suburbs.
The building across the street from my house burnt this morning.
Yeah, well, see, there you
That
go.
was pretty crazy.
It's crazy.
So do you think like because you said you were reading it affected more of the export on that port stuff, but since it is two separate unions, wouldn't you think like they'd be like, oh fuck it, we'll just go to the West Coast now and give us
Probably
more
not cost effective.
There's not enough room.
Yeah, I doubt it because I think they'd also. I think the
You mean the
strike
shipping
is a-
containers?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, imagine the gas, the diesel fuel to make
Yeah,
it all the way
that's-
around the country.
and then
It'd just
everything
a
would be
waste of
raised
money.
by 20
Then,
fucking
and
bucks.
now you have to take it all the way back across the country. It just doesn't.
So why are they striking? Just over wages?
Automation.
Well, I mean, part automation's part of it, but the other one is like, like these cargo companies, their profits grew by about 800% during the pandemic because the prices got raised so high, but nothing went
trickled
up. Nothing went up for the longshoremen.
Yeah.
As far as that, so they want to get theirs, which
For sure,
I
makes
understand,
sense.
and part of it is automation, right? Protecting themselves on
I
automation.
definitely think automation is probably one of the most. Is it an
Having
opinion.
robots do their job?
Yeah, I think it's one of the most. It's one of the most dangerous things that have been coming out of this last 10, 20 years is automation of like certain industries.
The
Robots
fucking
are going to take over the world.
the McDonald's right there by Knott's Berry Farm, they completely knocked it all down, fucking rebuilt it. There's 2 employees in there now, and it's
I don't eat
fucking.
McDonald's, so I wouldn't know.
I
It's-
pass by there all the time.
It's just
kidding,
it's
just kidding.
sketchy because like I mean
just the patties.
yeah, it sucks because like it's just kind of the way the world's going. Like Bezos is doing fucking robots in a couple of his factories now. He's testing it out and he's going to
Did
try
you
to
see
do that.
OpenAI today?
No,
They redid their valuation on their last round, 157 billion.
god damn.
One company, OpenAI.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's very
scary, dude.
interesting.
It's like why the fuck do you want to automate everything in the
We
world?
won't be around for it. Like
I
it's our kids, and I don't have any, so it's
Yeah.
perfect.
I think it'll definitely be interesting. Like I'm stoked that they have cool things that we can use it for. Like you had you help me out with fucking ChatGPT, and you drew up a thing that was perfect for us. But there's certain things where I'm like, god damn, I'd rather a human fucking do that.
You still have to. I mean, you can't. It's not. You still have to give it really good inputs.
Not
right?
Yeah.
not yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
But like
yet.
for our POS system, right? Like we were talking about it, we're like it disgusts me to talk to a robot to get customer service.
Yeah.
It genuinely disgusts me. The fact that I can't call a company and have a person answer my phone call, be like, "What can I do for you today?"
It's not cost effective.
Don't give a shit. Fucking make more money and hire a fucking person, or don't make the technology to fuck everybody else that wants to work. You know, it's like that kind of stuff. Where I get it, it's
So
cost effective.
angry.
I know, I'm an angry guy.
It's because of the carnivore diet.
I haven't even started.
Booyah.
What are you talking about?
Dude, you have to just make sure and get your colonoscopies and shit.
Yeah, I gotta go get my finger, or not my finger, but somebody's finger.
That's prostate. That's not colorectal. It's
Yeah,
totally
it's
different.
fine.
The increased risk of eating that much meat on colorectal cancer and liver disease and stuff like that is so significantly high.
You know what I was thinking about
So
doing?
significantly high.
Is this a really weird tangent? Have you guys seen those not videos, but the weird ads and Instagram influencers influencing the new those colon cleanses where they shove that tube up your ass?
Colonic?
Yeah, that pull that
Well,
shit out of your
not,
asshole.
that's not new.
The
Well, I know it's not new, but
coffee
still,
enema?
it's like a new thing now that everyone's getting into. It's like a popular thing now.
Colonics?
Yeah, it's like kind of the same trend that those vitamin IV drips were for a little while. How
yeah.
everyone was doing them.
Yep.
Those are-
Nope. I'll pass.
The freaking getting IV bags?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Those-
like
Well, it's like a vitamin. It's like a vitamin drip rather
Yeah.
than
B12.
a colonic is where
Yeah.
they spray the water
Up your asshole.
yeah.
versus taking like the pills like you do for a colonoscopy, which just basically like clears you out.
Yeah.
Well, you've done
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Nobody else has
I
done
didn't
one.
I didn't do the pills though. I had to drink some shit.
Oh god, that's the worst.
Yeah,
dude,
tasted
the
like
pills
shit.
are so much easier.
Does it taste like shit?
Oh, it's like the worst.
It's like it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like I'm gonna drink this every day. It tastes like weird
that's
salt
fair.
water. Yeah,
yeah, the pills are way easier.
yeah.
I've been drinking that LMNT or Element
Yeah.
salt packets and just dumping in my water in the morning, or like my one bottle in the morning, just like salt water, pretty much.
So why do you need the packets? Why can't you just pour salt into water?
You can. It's just
can.
there's flavoring added to it, so it
Yeah.
doesn't taste like you're drinking the sea.
Damn,
each
you're
morning.
going all in.
Hell yeah, brother.
You're supposed to get the
Relax,
fucking
though.
pink
For
salt.
for
the
what
Redmond's
though,
pink
Raul?
salt.
Because you're eating a lot of meat, your body needs sodium because it's lacking the sodium.
So don't eat a lot of meat.
But I'm on carnivore.
But why? Why carnivore? Why?
So
He likes to eat meat.
I always had a fucked up stomach my whole life, just like you. And with everything, I've literally had diarrhea like fucking 2-3 times a week, and it'd be like from different shit. And so my main thing was like, I didn't do it to lose weight. I read about it as like a gut reset. And some people do the gut reset to do the reset, and then you start adding different foods to see like, oh, broccoli fucks with my stomach. Oh, potatoes fuck with my stomach. So you single out foods. But then there's people that go on the, carnivore diet, and they're like, you know what? I just feel better going this route 100%. And honestly, for me personally, like rice and potatoes and all that stuff, like I would eat a meal and in my stomach, I would feel like fucking bloated. Like I just felt fucking bloated.
That's what I'm dealing with right now, and I'm trying to figure out where it is. So I'm going to minimize and simplify my diet to figure out what is causing that issue.
Yeah. And like right now for lunch, I had 1 pound of fucking tri-tip, and I feel
And a bottle of barbecue sauce.
fucking no, I didn't have no barbecue sauce. I feel fucking fine. I don't feel bloated. I don't feel no fucking nothing like. And I bring it to like the dog situation. The dogs, when I was feeding them kibble, the dogs take these big ass stinky shits and they're ginormous. Why? Because everything in the kibble. We put them on raw, and what do now? They shit these little shits that don't smell. And honestly, with my body, I felt like it's been the same. I used to shit, no joke, like 4 times a day, big shits. Now I shit like fucking once a day, and it's like a little shit. And I'm just like, oh my God, my body is like my fucking dog's now. He's on raw fucking meat. I'm on raw meat, and my body's doing the exact same thing. I think your body just, consumes more of the fucking nutrients and all that shit that's in the meat and in the steaks that like you don't need anything else. That's why like I chose and was reading about like don't take no supplements, like because the meat has everything you fucking need.
Well, you can also take colostrum with that, right? And like liver supplements. I heard like that also makes things work a lot better when you're on the carnivore diet.
So in the carnivore, like when I was first reading it, like the first 2 weeks I was a little constipated, and they're like up your fat.
Yeah.
So then I started doing that. and then I started adding like little sticks of butter in my coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
Dude, my shit is just flawless now. Fucking
But
flawless.
what's the long-term plan?
I don't know. I mean, I want to just keep going. I've been on it solid like 6 months now. So I mean, maybe in a year, like I'll go get, blood work done. But, like Joe Rogan, they all talk about, your cholesterol is going to be high. But they're talking about now, like, your cholesterol being high is not a bad thing. And then same thing, the doctors are talking about, oh, people are going to say, like, oh, you're going to get gout. They're like, no, you'll get gout from eating a lot of meat, but you're also eating a lot of other shitty food along with that meat. That's going to give you gout. They're like, the meat alone is not going to give you gout. It's not going to give you this. And they're
I thought
talking.
gout was sugar, but
I don't know.
I thought
actually.
gout was a lot of sugar.
I
I
don't
know
know.
sugar affects gout.
I know red meat flares it up, but I don't know if it's directly related. Personally, I'm not a fucking.
The red meat just sits in your stomach for a long time too, so there's a lot. I mean, it takes 2-3 weeks to process. Like that 1 pound of red meat that you're eating, you're gonna shit that out in 2 weeks.
So, like, this perfect
Stays in your
example,
small
last
intestines.
night
Long time.
I ate late last night because the practice went over. I ate a full 1 pound ribeye steak at 9 o'clock. I went to bed at 9:30. I weighed myself. When I went to bed, I was 192. I woke up at 4:30 in the morning. I was 190. So I ate a 1 pound fucking ribeye steak. I went to bed at 192. I woke up at 190.
What's
Where
the
did it
point?
go?
What's the point?
The point is, like, your body's fucking consuming it all. Same thing like the dog. Well, how are the dogs eating so much 2 pound packages and they're shitting like that much?
Oh, I don't know. I don't feed him 2 pounds, but he gets kibble and other supplements too.
Yeah, my dogs
Right.
give 2
Yeah.
pounds fucking meat a day. But yeah, like, your body is consuming it all because it's your body's,
Well,
Well,
one of my good friends that I used to work with, who, when you were telling me about it, I was like really excited for you about it, by the way, because it worked for a couple of other my friends, and who are nutritionists, by the way, and they're like, "Yo, you have fucking stomach issues all the time. Like, you should try this too." Looked into it, and I was like, "Fuck, that's too much work for the fucking amount of stress of like the things I was doing, like at another work." But I mean, the science behind it is like vegetables is for like healing. You eat vegetables or plant-related products for healing. Fruits for your sugars and other nutrients, macro and micronutrients, and then fucking meat, like red meat, as your main source of protein. Like,
Yeah.
that's the whole.
and some people do
background behind
carnivore with fruit,
Yeah.
But
They
no
do
vegetables.
no vegetables.
it. Vegetables for like if you're sick, like that, or like
Yeah.
you're
See,
not
I
feeling
like
well,
vegetables,
or
though.
like same. But apparently, vegetables, like anything green, should be used for like healing or
Medicinal
yeah,
purposes.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hey, I don't fucking know. I'm just gonna try it and see how it does. If it
Yeah,
does good,
everybody's
keep doing
body
it.
is it's kind of like anything, right? Like,
See, I'm still young, so I
yeah,
can try things.
everybody's
You guys are-
body's different.
but
you
what-
guys are gonna fucking die soon,
when I was
right?
yeah,
I got plenty.
When
of
I was
time.
your age, though, Sam, like what worked for me, when I was like 240, 230. You're fucking getting off a relationship. You're fucking fat. You can barely bend over to tie your shoes without fucking losing a breath. That was me. Back pain, everything, you name it. Got out of a relationship. I was like, fuck. I can't see my pecker. I probably should probably lose some weight. It wasn't because I'm Chinese, by the way. I
would need 10 inches of stomach to not see my pecker. Okay.
But by the way,
10 inches pecker to see your pecker.
figure of speech. But I hopped on paleo, removed all the fucking sugars because I
What's
love
paleo?
Paleo is you cut dairy, you cut fucking beans. I'm not going to say the group legumes because I can't fucking say that word. Rice,
ragu.
legumes, dairy out of your diet. So I was literally eating just
Meat and veggies.
man.
I'm going to try that.
I
like meat and veggies.
and it worked. I went from 240, like 230, 240 on just diet, by the way, and I plateaued at 180. I plateaued at 180. It was fucking hard.
A 60-pound difference is a big difference.
Yeah.
How long did that take?
It took. I lost. It was quick. I'm talking about in like less than 90 days. Was
it sustained though?
Yes.
It's a bigger conversation.
Yes, because then I started and I was like, fuck, this is awesome, right? You gain a little bit of momentum based off your progress. And then I started fucking working out and I started training like Muay Thai again, and I was doing that once a day for an hour with a trainer, and then I would go and I would work out. So I was like pushing myself. I eventually got down to like 150, 160. I can show you before and after photos, and that was like I was like, okay, I gotta fucking get back up because this is not healthy.
Yeah.
Then I got back up to sustained at like 180, like from just like working out, 185-ish. But honestly, paleo worked, and everything I was eating was just going to fucking Chipotle and getting like chicken, guac, and veggies, and that was it. Or I would go to fucking In-N-Out and get give me a protein burger with none of all the other bullshit. It sucked. And then what I would like snack on is fucking bacon.
Yeah.
That's all I ate.
Sounds like a good snack.
But
I like
yeah,
bacon.
No, it worked. It fucking worked. But I guess like I think as Justin said, like keeping up with it, like long term, right? Like keeping up with it. You're like, fuck. Like, how do you do that? How do you do this?
This episode is brought to you by Powerbase. Guys, we use Powerbase Bluetooth speakers in the studio, the shop, the warehouse, and even on range days. The quality is amazing. They're engineered right here in the USA, established in 2001, and not only that, they manufacture their own products. We also use Powerbase in our company cars. The sound is amazing. Visit powerbaseusa.com. That's powerbaseusa.com, or hit the link in the description below.
Since
It's true.
when?
But it's true.
Since now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since now.
Yeah. So it's true.
Hey, we're gonna try it, and if we die at 35,
But
Hey,
So-
it
But
is
put it-
what it is. More
yeah.
power to him. And I'm jaded because I grew up with a father that has a master's in physical education and taught health for 43 years. So what I know doesn't mean shit
well,
anymore.
hold on,
So,
stand by
you
on
know,
that one.
I mean,
I have that.
Just
I have
like
that
the science of
same-
health has changed in those.
Yeah, I've had that
in the
same
past.
conversation with
and people are
multiple
for sure
people.
healthier.
No,
I've
I'm
had-
not
right.
saying.
But I've had that same conversation with multiple fucking people. My ex's mom had a very similar degree.
I just said I'm jaded.
I
Then
know, I'm
I'm
just
shutting
saying.
up. I'm shutting up again.
I'm just saying. Science for actual fitness and health has changed not like 10%, right? You're talking day and night. It's completely different.
So tell me something.
Sure.
The high schoolers in the all the way through the 20-year-olds up until your guys' age, right?
Mm-hmm.
The mid 30s, in the 60s and 70s. Better shape, worse shape.
Okay. See, the issue you're having is you're minimizing an entirety of an issue into one subject.
I just
right?
asked you one question.
No, you asked me a question you asked me a loaded
I asked
question.
you one question.
You asked me a loaded
I was
question.
waiting for that
One question.
Yeah, they were healthier because the school systems were healthier. They were healthier because their education on fitness was healthier.
They weren't serving.
They were educated
Fruit
on
Loops
act-
and Flaming Hot Cheetos back then.
They were actually educated on how to maintain their bodies rather than just run a mile while you're a fat fuck or just do this for a day. It's not because everything was healthier, right? In the 60s and 70s, their foods were better. In the 60s and 70s, their education on fitness was better. In the 60s and 70s, they were still doing things that were healthy.
Because
That
we're not
doesn't-
talking about health. We're talking about weight.
That doesn't mean that the new studies nowadays that you can use with what you have today is not beneficial.
They also said meat consumption from those days till now has dropped 40%. 40%.
That
They
was-
ate
that
a
was-
lot more
yeah.
meat
We
in
were
the
ju-
70s and 80s and
It was
60s.
cleaner.
And we
Yeah,
stopped
the
eating meat
foods
by
were cleaner,
40%.
Foods were simpler. You didn't have as much access to fast food, quick, easy, fattening food. I think it's less of an issue about how they dieted or the science that they used. It's more an issue about what they fucking had access to, and the things that they were taught when they were
or
in
didn't
schools.
have access to.
That too.
Yeah.
It's less about who was healthier in which eras. Of course they were healthier. One, they were fighting in fucking Vietnam. They had to be fucking healthy. They were healthier in the 40s because they were fighting krauts on the goddamn beaches of Normandy. Of course they were fucking healthier. All they ate was sausage and fucking bratwurst.
You don't think that's minimizing it?
No, I'm not saying it's minimizing. The whole point
No, you
of it.
said that I was minimizing it. I'm
You
saying
are.
you're minimizing it also. You're attributing it to war.
No, I'm attributing to multiple
was
factors.
your minimizing
That's
it.
my one. That's my one minimizing. The rest of it is just like they were taught how to take care of their bodies better. They had less access to fattening foods. There were less sugary foods that they had access to. So you'd had less kids
There's only
getting into
700
things-
ingredients in food.
That
not
too.
10,000.
Exactly.
You had less
That's
things,
huge.
and honestly, in a side note, parents were more focused on keeping their kids healthy than shutting them the fuck up.
For sure.
So it's
how much
really,
more active were kids back then than they are now?
Like
basically?
like 100%.
Yeah.
Well, they're
99.7%.
Yeah.
You didn't have video games. You didn't have TV as much. You didn't have all these things.
Kids
that you
actually
could sit
played
and
outside
ask
They
back
actually rode their bike. They weren't motorized. I wish
Yeah.
somebody would fucking outlaw this fucking thing.
so annoying.
It's just like it's literally the degradation of our fucking society.
Yeah.
Like people are too lazy to ride their fucking bike to
Yeah.
pedal.
Yeah.
They need a motor on their fucking bicycle.
It's-
That is the biggest. Oh god, it's so upsetting.
It's funny every morning when I get here at 8,
So
there's
upsetting.
these 3 kids. One is on an electric bike. He's in the front, and his other 2 friends are on real bikes, and they're like trying to fucking keep up. And he's always like, waiting.
It's so funny because I love it when I see like the 2 teenage kids on the one bike, like one's riding bitch on the back of this electric bike, and I'm like, if I was a teenager and doing that kind of shit, you just kill me then. It's not even worth it to go on.
No, you don't remember riding your homies on your handlebars, on your pegs?
That was different.
was-
like
yeah.
I
that's
did that in my
just entirely
30s. Fuck. I remember when one of the bikes broke when we were going down to Main Street, and I rode on the handlebars, and Mike rode me down there. Like, yeah, dude. Like, it's fucking terrible.
Yeah. So I think it's a multifaceted issue that has developed into fatter kids, fatter people, and just easier options for people to choose from. I think that they were healthier because they had less options. I think that the sciences have gotten better so that they're teaching people how to use what they have
Different.
to be better and to use it differently. I don't
use
know if it's
different.
better or worse, but the science is adapting. I think that your dad probably has a shitload of knowledge on it, and all these people that have these bachelor's and master's degrees in it probably a good amount of knowledge. But the times have changed so much, and all the information has changed so much, and health science is changing every fucking day because there's just different studies how the body's adapting.
But is that making people healthier?
We don't know.
Not
unfortunate- yeah.
lighter.
The unfortunate, I know. The unfortunate
Healthier.
part is that it depends. Health
Nobody
science
knows.
is so fucking picky on who you are,
And
how your genealogy
it's the longevity
is.
of the studies, right?
Yeah.
If something came out 5 years ago, there's no way that you can see what you're going to
Yeah.
feel like.
I can't tell you
Well,
for sure.
So
Yeah.
what's
8,
healthier,
20
smoking
years.
cigarettes or vaping?
I mean, for sure, vaping is healthier than smoking cigarettes. Neither one of them are
The
good
other
for
thing
you.
is back then,
And there's not enough reports. I mean, vaping's
Yeah.
only been around 10 years, 15 years, so they don't
Exactly, yeah.
really
But-
know, like,
but just a
how
little thing
bad it
about
is.
studies, by the way, because I work for a couple different companies that have done studies or do studies.
Studies are
they're-
based on the people that are paying the scientists to do them.
Yeah, let me just throw that out there.
Boom.
Biased. Like, that's just my opinion on studies. Only because I've seen it, and I won't
Just
speak
like
of
the ones
actual-
for the carnivore diet.
for sure.
Well, there you go. Well, there you go.
Yeah, every single fad diet that's ever existed will always have something that's wrong with it. I'm excited to try it because genuinely, like, I'll get home, I'll eat, and the fucking minute I take a shower, the minute I fucking lay down in bed, I'm fucking bloated and I feel like shit.
Really?
Every single
what are
night.
you eating?
Simple shit like brown rice and chicken, like simple
Well,
shit.
You might be intolerant to some of that shit,
I'm
dude.
trying to figure that out.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna
right.
cut
Yeah.
I'm gonna cut my diet down to simple foods, and then
Yeah.
I'm gonna add in
White
what
rice,
I
homie.
add in
White
certain
rice.
things. Add in certain things.
God, Sammy won't eat white rice because he's pre-diabetic, and so
Yeah.
he didn't get to diabetic, and he didn't want to take any pills, so he got rid of all of his starches, everything like that.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, white rice is so bad
Oh,
for
so
you. And
what
I'm
is-
like, look at my homies in Japan. That's all they eat is fucking fish and
I
white
used to eat
rice,
a lot of-
and they're thin and they live for a
I used to
million
eat a lot of
fucking
brown
years,
rice, and
you
brown
know?
rice would fuck my stomach up. Now I eat
Oh,
all
really?
the white rice. And
I haven't noticed a
I feel
difference.
way better on white rice.
I'll have to.
I've heard weird-
I
So
like
what is
white rice.
Sammy's diet consist of now that he was trying to control his diabetes?
He cut out all the sugars, starches, so no
So he's carnivore.
sugars and starches. I don't think that includes everything, but no alcohol, no white rice. I don't know his diet. I mean, I can call him.
other
He just
than
called
like
me.
veggies and fruits, probably.
Yeah, he eats veggies. He eats greens, leafy greens, stuff like that.
So
Yeah.
I bet he's probably proteins and veggies. But he's
Yeah.
not going to do fruits because same. It's going to spike his sugar.
Yeah, he's probably paleo then. most
Yeah.
likely.
I'm not sure.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know.
would be the
Yeah.
probably. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. I'm excited to
call
try
him?
it. No,
I've never called somebody on the show
I'm okay.
before.
I'm excited to try it and see how it goes. and
Kevin,
then
can you call someone?
Just gonna add things as I go through, and then we'll see how it goes, and then how my blood work comes out. And I'll add in what I need to, and go from there.
So you got to do like a full-on like panel to see what you're allergic to and all
Yeah,
that shit. too?
allergic, and then where my deficiencies are in my diet.
Yeah, that's
So,
good.
I figured I'll do it after I start this shit, so that the God willing, once I have a baseline, I can go, okay, well, I'm low on this, I'm low on this, I'm low on this, so I can add these things, and then I can make my body better and just go from there.
Yeah, That's not a bad idea.
So create a foundation to build a better temple. Okay, that's all I'm trying to do, JB. I don't know
Your
what
body is your
That's all I'm
temple.
trying to do. I just want to pray at my temple every day and just be me.
You used to do that when you were lifting heavy and you were bigger. You were 300 plus pounds.
God.
You always felt healthy. You
I
always
did,
said you were
yeah.
healthy.
I don't know
You were
what
good.
it is now, whether I'm not going to the gym and
Because
even
you're getting
like,
old, dude.
Not even start with me. I don't know if it's whether I'm not going to the gym now, but like now, even when I'm eating relatively healthy, I still feel like fucking shit. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in my gut. And it's like when we were talking to that
I can
that
relate.
Dane Poole guy, right? Kind of same thing. Like the gut health is so fucking important. We watched that the Second Brain documentary.
Oh, I haven't watched it. I
So
need to watch
fucking
that.
good. Very fucking
I need
good.
to watch that.
It's very interesting. Very. It's a lot of shit that's like that he was talking about. I watched it with my lady because she's got her problems with anxiety, and we've talked about it before. And like, she was listening to it, and she's like, "I didn't know that your stomach could cause you to have anxiety." And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't either until watching this." But
Was
that's
it
fucking insane.
Was it the one where they were
I
like
gotta
doing
look
like
at that.
different studies on your gut health and whatnot?
It's a documentary based off of like what causes come or what effects come from having bad gut health.
Yeah.
Like the things that you eat
Parasites
and
and
what
shit in your gut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah,
think they're all
yeah.
naturally there.
Yeah,
right?
most of them, like most people, like not, I think supposedly like 70 to 90% of people, depending on where you are in the world, have parasites in your gut. Some are supposed to be there, and most of them are like bacterium is what they're typically called. Like parasites are typically not designed to be there, but bacterium is good. There's healthy and non-healthy, right? But a lot of it is like if you have too much bad bacterium, then you need to get rid of it. You need to add it with more good bacterium. And like you have to have it kind of 50-50. It's like if your pH levels are off, like for women, you can get bigger diseases if your pH levels are off. Like if your pH level is too high, you're going to get this kind of disease. If your pH level is too low, you're going to get this kind of disease. You have to kind of even your body out.
Gotcha.
So let's see how it goes. Find a foundation, go off of that, and then if my blood work comes back like, oh, you're going to die next week, I'm like, okay, I'll add some of these things. Like, okay.
That documentary's on Netflix.
No, I had to order it on Amazon. It was like $1.20 or some shit.
There was some
dumb.
gut. There was some gut documentary on Netflix that Caitlin or it was like a series or something.
I'm fidgety.
It was a series on it, and
Get a fidget spinner.
God
it
forbid.
was Caitlin was like, "You should watch this because this is all the shit."
You understood her when she said that?
Yeah, she's like, "This is all." The she's like, "This is all the shit that
Here
you
you are,
preach."
What'd he say? Yeah, yeah.
That's with accent,
He's like, yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Man,
I watches the wrong documentary. This the one?
Decent one? That's pretty funny, dude.
that's great.
Oh, man.
Totally threw me off. I was like, shit.
Sorry.
Deja vu.
She's
Caitlin?
talking, he's just going through documentaries, waiting for her to say stop.
Yeah. But there's a good one on Netflix. I'll have to find that. But they go into
Man.
they go a little bit in depth in the sense of like, I think like putting different like other people's gut biome into other people's guts to see like how it would react and how it like your gut is like your encoding, like your DNA, and how it differs from like from people to people.
Yeah.
But it's pretty interesting. It goes really down the rabbit hole. She's like, "This is your shit. Like, you should be watching this." I was like, "Nah, it's too in depth. I'm good. I'm good.
I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
I'm just nodding and saying
English. That's it. Oh man, I'm gonna get it. I'm totally gonna get it.
All right, I think we're about at the hour mark. Just some couple cool announcements we got going on this month. The 13th, we'll be at Cars and Copters off PCH with all the badass cars there.
We'll have a couple cool ones in our booth, too.
Yeah, so it should be a rad time.
Our fleet.
Yeah, and then
Sam's F-150. We should roll that in. Put that in the booth. That would be fucking hilarious.
October 19th, we got the HB3 coming. It's 3 of the Republican candidates that are running for HB City Council. They will be here for a meet and greet October 19th from 11 to 1. It's pretty rad. Navy vets. One of them's Navy vet. Actually, I want to have him on the podcast, Chad Williams. So that was pretty stoked. And then the next day of the 20th, we have Cars and Coffee, 9:30 to 11:30. We're actually going to do a raffle that one. Just got to show up. Bring a car and you get a raffle ticket. And then October 26th and 27th, we will be at the Range Expo at Route 66. Covert and 2A and Outlay will be out there with us. Covert's bringing a lot of his dope guns. So we will have an actual shooting bay where you can shoot a lot of Covert's guns. So that'll be pretty dope. And then 2A and Outlay will be in our booth out there for 2 hours, 11 to 1.
What is that event?
The Range Expo it's kind of like,
Is it with vendors?
yeah, it's kind of like our Midsummer Bash, but they're hosting their own. So they're same thing, you can buy raffle tickets to win prizes. They're raising money for FPC, CRPA, Gun Owners of America.
Is there a cost?
The tickets, they do have them on their website, Route 66 Shooting Sports Park. And then you can buy raffle tickets when you're there. And then there's a lot of vendors selling stuff. So we will be there. I think
Does it cost to get in? is what
Yeah,
I meant.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, it does. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's pretty cool. A lot of good vendors out there. Pretty cool people. It's always a good event. And so far,
And then Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
October.
We got Glocktober going on all month long.
My voice just cracked. October.
All the work you got to do. October 15th, our limited edition Halloween rifles are dropping. We only got 25 of them. Our Halloween shirts should be here in the next week or so. Every purchase on that gets you an entrance to win a limited edition rifle. So, man, October is a fucking jam-packed month for us.
And November.
This quarter.
And then December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is go
It's busy
time,
the rest
baby.
of the
year.
Go,
Yeah.
go, go.
Yeah.
Be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty stoked, pretty dope. And we always stay busy, so that's good. But yeah, starting
Then
now.
we got the election. That's going to be fun.
Choo!
November.
Yeah.
Flying back
November-
from Texas on that day.
November 7th? Or 5th.
5th. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
going to
Tejas.
be fun.
Hell yeah. Be fighting off Democrats in the fucking lobby of the airport.
Oh,
You better
man.
hope that Kamala wins then. Because if Trump wins, there are going to be riots everywhere. If Kamala wins, we just go to work like any normal working fucking person does.
Yeah, if Trump wins, I'm excited because then I get to headbutt people in the airport. Fucking, you know?
Trump wins. You guys are going to come rescue me in Long Beach.
Jeez.
You really think
Okay, it
all
sounds like a
shit's gonna
personal
go
pro-
wild if fucking Trump wins?
I mean, didn't it last time?
It,
Although-
did- it does
And
happen.
that was half of what it's gonna
Democrats will
happen
cry.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
Question.
I
and
think both ways.
I don't know if you guys know, but if let's say Trump wins, does he only get 4 years, or does it restart and he could win again and get a full 8?
No, I think he can only do 2 terms.
2 terms
total.
Yeah.
Okay, so he,
Doesn't matter if it's back to back.
So if he gets in, he only gets 4.
Yeah, I don't think it's consecutive. I think it's 2 terms in general. If memory serves.
And they literally couldn't be worse than the last 4 years. It literally could not be. The only way that it could have been worse is if like he let somebody invade the mainland U.S.
Only thing that I see on Instagram now, other than like random shit like ours, is the hilarious fucking shit I see about Kamala Harris, where it's just her going back on the statements that she used to say
On everything.
Our economy is doing great. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm gonna fix this economy. We're gonna do better. Prices of gas will go down. Maybe, probably. I don't know for sure.
She's a gun owner now.
Yeah, allegedly she's like,
If you break
you
in
walk
your
in my
house-
house, you're getting shot. Like what?
It's so funny. She's like, well, I'm technically Filipino, but I'm also black, but I'm also Indian, but I'm also kind of white, and I'm
Yeah.
also a little bit of Mexican. I'm just
She
here for the
she
people.
finally the other day went to the border for a photo op.
Thank God.
For a
I'm-
photo op?
Yeah, yeah.
I was nervous. I didn't know if she knew what it looked like. I was very concerned. I was like, man, there's no way Kamala Harris has any idea what the hell is happening down there.
Yeah.
She has no idea what's happening.
Yeah. I see all
Anyway.
these animated ones where she's just like fucking.
I will say I watched bits and pieces of the debate last night with Vance, and
Yeah.
oh my god,
How was that, by the way?
He
I
fucking
totally forgot
destroyed
about
him. He fucking destroyed him. And if you look at the camera on Waltz, he's like
Well,
literally.
the only thing I kept on saying about Waltz is about how pro-China he is. So
Yeah.
that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
only
It's
thing
just
that-
how do
that's the thing
people
I saw
like?
about him.
I walked around the neighborhood this morning and I saw like some people with a Kamala thing in their front yard.
Yeah.
They did have handicap placards on their
course.
cars,
Yeah.
but no offense to anybody that's
They probably have glaucoma or
handicapped
something. Some
disabled.
fucking
Like
restless leg
how do
syndrome.
you actually look at the whole situation without saying the word Trump?
Yeah.
And go, yep, that's who I want to run our country. I don't actually
There's
know.
no
I'm
way.
so
There's no
curious.
way.
Even take-
Somebody come on here and explain it to
Yeah.
me that wants to vote for them
yeah.
without using the word Trump.
Yeah, and then keep race out of it. Keep racial profiling out of it, right? Because Trump ain't done shit.
So you can't say Trump.
Yeah.
So base it off of their policies,
Yeah.
the past 4 years, what's been done, what
Yeah.
you're going to do, all that stuff that you
Well-
really believe them that they're
Well,
going
who
to make the
can't,
country
who
better.
can't even fucking just
I don't-
look back
I don't
and see
understand.
how fucked everything has been in the last 4 years? Even my wife, who's not even fucking from here, say, well, yeah, things are pretty broken here.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
like
bad.
Yeah, I mean, the majority of countries outside the United States are like, man, you guys were better. You had Trump.
Yeah.
What's going on over there?
Because we were. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't like Trump either, but he
he's
was a
not-
better president.
He is not the best person for the job. He is the best candidate we have. Is the best way to put
I think
it.
he's a solid person for the job. I don't think he's a solid person. I don't like him
Yeah,
personally,
I just
but I
don't-
think he's a real good. People probably, most likely, like for sure, don't like me at this company, but that does not negate that I do a good job.
Yeah.
If people think I do a good job.
Yeah.
What the job that somebody does, I could dislike Chris completely and say he does a really good job at his job.
yeah, fuck you guys.
we should hold a vote. We should have a vote.
Like that's the thing about Trump.
Oh, you're
like,
gonna
I'm
tell
not
him
saying
that
you
out
have-
loud now?
Like if you have, like you just have to tell people you do not have to like the
Thought
person
that was
at
a
all.
secret.
Yeah.
You don't have to like the person at all to think that he'll do a good job running this
Yeah.
the number one superpower in the world.
It's funny. I was watching a thing about this. I don't know, some teacher, and he was like, presidency like started with we were supposed to elect a business person to run our country. They have their terms. They leave and they go back to running their businesses. And that's the way it's supposed to be, right? And then it veered off to political reasons.
Yeah.
And then that's why we've been so fucked. And he's like, so that's why Trump is doing what was originally supposed to happen. You get a successful business person to come in, run the country for a little bit, fix some shit, leave, and continue running his companies.
Because the country is a business.
Yeah.
It is a
at
business.
its core, yeah, for sure. It's for
it's
sure.
a
business.
republic. I get it, but
It's,
like
it sucks because like the actual politics of the world, I think, are probably one of the biggest poisons that's ever existed is politics and politicians. The biggest fucking snake oil peddlers that have ever existed are politicians for sure. And they are by far the worst demographic of people, white, black, Chinese, Japanese, who the fuck they are. They're all the worst. The bane of existence is what fucking politicians are because all they do is follow the money and follow the people that are going to pay them the most to do and have their ideals.
literally it. And
there
I
are some people in politics who are not politicians, and you're
how-
not talking about them.
Yeah. How successful are the people who don't follow the money? Very few are that successful, right? Like unless you're willing to be paid to follow somebody else's agenda, you're typically not going to make it to the higher echelon of politicians. You're going to kind of keep it to small city government
Just
or
gotta go to the
small
P.
state
Diddy.
government.
P. Diddy parties, dude.
P. Diddy parties, okay.
The diddler.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
I
did
gotta
it
go.
himself.
I gotta get going.
Cool. Well, it was great. Awesome. I'm stoked.
Thanks, Chris, for being our guest.
Yeah, for our not so special
Yeah.
guest. Yeah.
It was awesome, man.
sorry, guys.
You were
So
great,
you guys have to
Chris.
deal with me every day. Sorry.
No, your door's closed
We
most
love
of the
it.
time.
Yeah.
I'm just trying, you know.
He's never doing, but just trying.
Just trying.
Well, I didn't even say that. That was him.
Peace.